This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Hello viewers, you're watching Pulse of Africa. I'm Jalani Tesfaye for the main news. First, our top stories for today. Afreximbank earmarks $3 billion for oil refining financing. South Sudan launches first household budget survey. MTN to launch African streaming platform. Turkey and UAE held Africa consultation meeting. Now, the news in detail. South Sudan on Monday launched its first ever household budget survey since gaining independence in 2011 to strengthen institutional capacity and economic governance. Augustino Ting Mayai, Director General of the South Sudan National Bureau of Statistics, said the household budget survey will focus on various economic sectors, particularly national production across 10 states and 3 administrative areas. One of the key challenges South Sudan faces is the absence of reliable and up-to-date empirical data across various sectors, which hinders the formulation of impactful policies, Mayai said during the launching ceremony in Juba, the capital. South Sudan's last nationally representative household budget survey was conducted in 2009 before its independence from Sudan. Now to Nigeria. Nigeria and Sweden have declared a resolve to deepen bilateral relations through trade, sustainable development, gender equality, and cultural exchange. Vice President Kashim Shettima said Nigeria will continue to be a dependable ally of Sweden in all seasons, stressing that both countries are poised for a partnership anchored in innovation, powered by people, and guided by our shared determination to uplift communities and secure prosperity for generations to come. The commitments were the high points of a meeting on Monday between Shettima and Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden at State House Abuja. Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Victoria was on a 3-day official visit to Nigeria as part of efforts to enhance diplomatic and economic relations between Sweden and Nigeria. Shifting to Rwanda. Rwanda began a week-long commemoration Monday, marking 31 years since the 1994 genocide against the ethnic Tutsi population. President Paul Kagame and First Lady Jeanette Kagame, joined by the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps in the capital Kigali and representatives of genocide survivors, laid wreaths at the Kigali Genocide Memorial, where more than 250,000 victims are buried. They lit the flame of remembrance, a symbol of national unity and resilience, which will burn for the next 100 days, the length of the genocide. Kagame said the genocide would not happen again in Rwanda, not because perpetrators would not try, but because Rwandans have chosen to stand together so that it never happens again. Moving on to Turkey and UAE. The second round of consultation between Turkey and the United Arab Emirates on Africa took place on Monday in the Emirati capital Abu Dhabi. According to a Turkish Foreign Ministry statement, delegations led by Turkish Deputy Prime Minister Burhanettin Durhan and UAE Minister of State Sheikh Shakut Nahyan Al Nahyan exchanged views on recent developments in Africa. They also discussed avenues for cooperation for the benefit of the continent, with particular focus on stability in the Horn of Africa and Sahel regions, according to the statement. In other news, U.S. President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met at the White House on Monday, focusing on the Gaza hostage crisis and U.S. tariffs on Israeli goods. In a brief Oval Office session open to reporters, Trump called the release of hostages held in Gaza a top priority. He expressed optimism about ongoing negotiations, but provided no specific details. "We're making progress," Trump said. "I believe we will see all the hostages home soon." Netanyahu agreed, emphasizing Israel's commitment to securing the hostages' freedom. They also addressed the shaky ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. While they announced no new agreements, both stressed the importance of reducing violence in the region. Meanwhile, The European Union on Monday proposed a 25% tariff on select U.S. products in response to U.S. President Donald Trump's recent decision to impose duties on European steel and aluminum. Some of the retaliatory tariffs will go into effect on May 16, according to Reuters. The goods are wide-ranging and include diamonds, eggs, dental floss, sausages, and poultry. Earlier on Monday, European Commissioner for Trade and Economic Security, Marko Sefcovic, confirmed that a list of countermeasures would be circulated to EU member states. A vote on the first set of retaliatory measures is scheduled for April 9, with implementation expected on April 15.
And burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel, all the time. Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Turning to business news. The African Export-Import Bank, Afreximbank, an investor in oil and gas project, has earmarked $3 billion to finance the purchase of refined products within Africa as part of broader plans to boost refining capacity, a senior executive said. A lack of storage infrastructure and older refineries with relatively small output capacity characterize the energy landscape of sub-Saharan Africa. The time has come for Africa to take control of its energy destiny, Kanayo Awani, Executive Vice President at Afreximbank, told an energy conference in Cape Town on Monday. Awani said the $3 billion revolving intra-African oil importing financing initiative will be used for products including premier motor spirit, automotive gas oil, heavy fuel oil, jet fuel, and paraffin, among other products. Finally, MTN Group, Africa's biggest mobile operator, said on Monday it has entered into a strategic partnership with UK video software maker Sina Media to develop a new streaming platform tailored for mobile and fiber subscribers across Africa. The proposed service will leverage Sina Media's cloud-based technologies to deliver both linear television and video-on-demand content, the company said in a joint statement. Launched in 1994, MTN Group has diversified from just providing voice calls and data to being a technology media company that also provides fintech, digital, and entertainment services as voice declines. We see a unique opportunity to transform video consumption in Africa with high-quality, accessible, and relevant content, said Selrom Adadevo, Group Chief Commercial Officer at MTN Group. Before concluding, let us provide you with the latest updates on global commodities prices. Now to weather updates. That is all for today, and thanks for watching Pulse of Africa.
This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.